Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the webinar. Tonight, I'm going to discuss just some information about Empower with Words College Prep Organization. And after we just share some information about the organization, I want to provide just some basic tips on essay writing. And again, when we talk about essays for students, whether you're in middle school or whether you're in high school or trying to transition into college, essays are imperative. We write essays on a regular basis. So you want to know exactly the major things that are going to help you stand out among the rest. So let's get right into it. Who are we? Empower with Words is a college prep company that provides students and their guardians the clarity and tools needed to successfully navigate the college as well as the scholarship processes. And these are just a few of our team members. Here we have our student interns and we have our president of the organization, Adora McCoy. And these are the people who really do the behind the scenes work to ensure that we are providing the quality services and that our students and our parents need. Our mission is to help students reach their full academic and their career potential. That is what we strive to do. We really try to help students really figure out those goals and that they want to accomplish, and we try to help them get to the endpoint in which they are aiming towards. So here are a few services that the organization provides. We provide private coaching where we assist students one-on-one with creating goals, whether it's the goal to apply for a certain amount of scholarships or whether it's the goal to apply for their colleges of their choice. Again, we work one-on-one with students. We also assist students in group settings, whether we partner with other organizations or whether we host specific workshops with students. But unfortunately, due to COVID, a lot of our workshops and activities had to be rescheduled and postponed. So right now we're doing a lot of things virtually, such as webinars, and I'll explain a little more on the webinar topics that we're providing. And we also provide college tours to students as well as their parents. And this is an opportunity to allow students and parents to get the exposure, to really see the type of campuses that are out there, to really find what campus best fit their needs and best fit them and their personality. Here are just a few detailed topics that we focused on within, whether it's an individual setting or whether it's in a group setting. We focus on student project plans. We assist with time management strategies, essay writing tips, and editing. We also provide financial aid awareness. We assist with scholarship searches and even helping students complete the scholarship applications. We assist also with helping students complete the college applications. And one of the things that I tell students and parents all the time, you can be a straight A student, but a lot of times colleges and scholarship committees, they want to see that you are a well-rounded student. They want to see that you can manage the academic portion, but can you balance being a part of community service opportunities, or can you balance having leadership roles or being an athlete? So again, scholarship committees and college committees, they want to see that you're well-rounded. So we assist students with building their resume to help them stand out in that regard. Another service or product that we provide is a workbook, and the workbook is entitled $0 to Full Scholarship. And we have this in a digital format as well as a printed format. And within this particular workbook, we divided the information into 3 modules. The first module is really focused on the parent portion, really helping parents to overcome the stress of college planning and so forth. The second module is focused on the academic portion, whether it's maintaining your GPA, whether it's SAT or ACT preparation, whatever it is that is academic focused, that's where we provide within the second module. And then the third module is really focused on the financial aspect of college planning. Again, where you can find scholarships, how you can get started with your scholarship searches, and so forth. Here is just a flyer of the upcoming webinar series that our organization is hosting. We are hosting webinars on the first Wednesday of every month. August, we started back in August and all the way up into December. And the beginning of next year, we will also have a webinar series that we can provide. And if you want more information, please subscribe to our website, www.empowerwithwords.com, where you can gain a little more detail about the webinars and register in advance. So tonight, what we're going to be talking about is the basic structures for an essay. How can you make your essay stand out? So the objective is understanding the basic structure of the essay. We're going to review a sample essay, and we're going to help you understand how your essay can stand out for scholarships as well as college applications. So let's get into it. What is the basic structure of an essay? I'm sure we're all familiar with this back in middle school, in high school, in college. This is something that is fundamental when we're writing. Your essay has to include an introduction, a body, as well as a conclusion. These are the basic foundation of what your essay has to include. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it down a bit further. Let's dissect it. Introduction. What is included in the introduction? Your reader wants an attention grabber. What is an attention grabber? An attention grabber is something that is going to capture your reader. How are you going to gain your reader's attention? This could be a quote. This could be statistics. This could be a question. An attention grabber is something that is just going to grab them immediately. Your introduction also includes background knowledge. Background about what you're going to be talking about. What is the topic of your particular essay prompt? And again, there are so many different essay prompts. So again, the background of your particular introduction is going to be determined on the type of essay prompt that the reader is asking you for. And then your thesis statement. Your thesis statement is basically the information on what you're going to be talking about. This is something that that you're going to need throughout your career, your educational career, whether it's again, whether you want to transition to a 2-year university or 4-year university, your professors are going to ask you for thesis statements. What is a thesis statement? Your thesis statement is basically what your essay is all about. What are you going to be talking about? This could be persuasive, it could be informative, whatever the case may be. This has to be included typically at the last sentence of the introduction. Your body. This is the part where you want to have the meat and the potatoes. That's something my professor used to say when I was in college. The body includes your meat and your potatoes. This is where you want the bulk of the information, the detail. This is where you want your detail. And typically your main points, you're going to highlight the main points in your thesis statement. But in the body is where you actually expand on your main points. Your main points can or need to have supporting facts, whether you utilize a story, whether you utilize statistics, whether you utilize an article. What are the supporting facts? That's what makes the body and your main points stronger when you have these supporting facts. You also want descriptive language. What type of adjectives are you using? Are you utilizing alliterations? Are you utilizing metaphors? Are you utilizing similes? What type of descriptive language are you going to use to really help your body really stand out to your reader? So this is what's included in the body of an essay. And the conclusion. You always want to have the conclusion when you're writing an essay. You want to restate the thesis statement. You want to restate what the essay was all about. And again, you don't want to restate the thesis statement verbatim. You want to kind of summarize it and basically summarize the thesis statement and then your main points. Again, just wrapping everything up, summarizing. What did you talk about within the body of your essay? That's where the conclusion, that's what you want to include in the conclusion. And then the most important thing, and this is something that I've learned as a professional speaker in an organization that I'm a part of. As a professional speaker, whenever you're speaking or wherever you're writing, you always want to have a call to action. And a call to action is something that you want your readers to do. This is something that you want your readers or your audience to think about, whether it's a perspective, whether you want them to again, it all depends on the essay prompt. Is your essay prompt informative? Is your essay prompt persuasive? It depends on, again, the essay prompt. Your call to action could be basically helping your readers change a perspective, helping your readers think about a new idea, or helping your readers do something, motivate them. Again, it all depends on the type of essay that you are writing. Is the essay informative? Is the essay motivating? So these are the key things that that you should have in your conclusion to really make your essay very powerful and strong. So let's take a look at an example of an essay. So we have the intro, which is, and we're going to look at the attention grabber. It says, great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make the difference. It is never about the role, always about the goal. Lisa Hasha, a global influencer, gives a quote that I believe is how a woman leader should be created. This is an example of an attention grabber, is a quote. This particular writer utilized a quote to grab the audience or grab the reader's attention. So now we know, we have an idea that the essay is about leadership, but we're not quite sure exactly what direction we're going to talk about when it comes to the topic leadership. But this is where the thesis statement comes into play. So we know exactly what the reader is going to be discussing in the essay. Let's take a look at this particular thesis statement. An ideal woman leader should have a strong will, be dedicated, have integrity, be respectful, and selfless. This is an example of a thesis statement. In this matter, she would appeal to the generation she would affect. Now, this is an excellent thesis statement because we know exactly what we're going to be discussing in this particular essay. We know that we're going to be talking about a woman leader, but now we have a better understanding of the aspects of the type of leader. Now we know that we're going to talk about an ideal leader that has these particular characteristics or traits: being strong-willed, being dedicated, having integrity, being respectful, and so forth. So now what we're going to do is let's take it a bit further and look at the body and our main points. Here, I'm going to just read just main point number 1, but you can take a look here at a later time at just how each point is broken down and the reader utilizes descriptive language. So let's take a look at main point number 1. A motivated and strong-willed woman will be relentless in her want to complete her goals. Failure would not be an option to her. I exemplify this trait in my rise to one of the top leadership positions in JROTC. I motivated platoons in completing various activities. Also, I am driven to obtain a bachelor's and a master's degree in forensic chemistry. I have taken many of the academic and financial steps in achieving this goal, such as receiving high test scores and applying for scholarships. Now we have more a detailed description of a motivated and a strong-willed woman. Now, our reader, she provided a great example. She provided supporting facts, a personal story. Now, this is very powerful because, again, now she can back up her point of being motivated and being strong-willed because she provided a real-life story, real-life experience about her leadership role and how she exemplified being motivated and being strong-willed. So this is an example of just a one point to being expanded and utilizing a personal story. And again, as you can take a look here, we have several points, several main points on the topics that were included in the thesis statement. Here, the main point number 2, we talk about being dedicated. And she provides detailed, descriptive language on being dedicated as a leader. Main point number 3, we talk about the integrity and the values that a leader should have. And one of the values is having integrity. And again, she provides examples on that point here. And again, the points of how many points you should include, again, it could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5. It all depends on the stipulations of the essay, how many words that the reader is looking for in your particular essay. So again, the essay prompt is solely dependent upon that, or how many points, main points you want to include. Here we have main point number 4 about being respectful, and then main point number 5 about being selfless. And within this particular essay, she provides personal stories on each point. But let's take a look at the conclusion. Therefore, a woman leader is an individual that should be a role model to many more due to her motivation, dedication, integrity, respectfulness, and selflessness. Rocky Volga, a worldwide inside sales business manager of Microsoft, gave this advice to any emerging woman leaders. While we may be individually strong, we are collectively powerful. We, as rising leaders, should embody this quote and continue to improve the world. Excellent conclusion. Excellent. The writer summarized the thesis statement. She restated what she talked about in her particular essay. She talked about, again, a woman leader, and she talked about the main points of being a leader: having motivation, having dedication, having integrity, having respectfulness, being selfless, or having selflessness. These are qualities that she talked about and that she was able to break down further in the body. So in the conclusion, she basically restated the thesis statement. And she utilized another quote in order to, again, to gravitate, to capture the audience, or to gravitate or capture the reader's attention. She utilized a quote. And her call to action, and I just want to specify this because this was excellent. This is an example of a call to action. We, as rising leaders, should embody this quote and continue to improve the world. This is an example of a call to action, because now what the reader wants, what the writer wants the reader to do is to embody what this quote is trying to say. The call to action is basically a perspective that the author is trying to come across, or that the author wants the readers to gain. She is encouraging you to embody this quote. So again, this is an excellent example of a call to action. So again, anytime you are writing an essay, whether you're writing an essay for middle school, high school, or transitions into college, you want to ensure that your essay have the 3 main points. They have the introduction, they have a body, and it has a conclusion. And when you really break those down, make sure that your introduction has an intention grabber. You have a thesis statement. Your body has those key points and the supporting facts that are going to really make your points and make your ideas strong. And then what you want in your conclusion, you want to ensure that your conclusion basically restates the thesis statement. What did you talk about in your essay? And most importantly, what is the call to action? What do you want your readers to do? What do you want your readers to learn? What do you want your readers to gain from reading your particular essay? So again, you can utilize these simple tips whenever you're writing a scholarship or essay for a scholarship, or whether you're writing an essay for a college application. So if you have any particular questions, please feel free to email us at empoweringwithwordsllc@gmail.com, or you can visit us on our website. We are also on various social media platforms. We are here for you as a resource. So again, we'll look forward to you joining us on the next webinar. Thank you.